Welcome to Roger. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a submission for payment request from a carrier to a shipper. So as you can see, I'm logged onto the app. I have a number of different open loads here. I'm just going to go ahead and open one up so we can talk about the minimum requirements. So the minimum requirements for a load to be submitted to a shipper are the date, the shipper company, the shipper contact, and that can be a phone number or a name or whatever you best associate with that shipper, the driver who actually is hauling the load, the commodity, the rate with the unit of measurement for that rate, origin, destination, and then an origin weight or a destination weight or some combination. So you'll notice as I scroll up further here, load information is optional. When working with your shipper, there's certain criteria that you'll negotiate and they'll tell you you need. So these fields are really not required within the app to be submitted, but some shippers may require you to have them, so they're there for you to populate the data. So there's one thing missing before I can submit these, and that's the actual image associated with the weight. You can see here that I actually have typed in under origin weights 55,980, which correspondingly has made that origin ticket camera action red instead of green, meaning it's required. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this, tell it to use my camera. I have a sample ticket here. I'm going to go ahead and snap a picture of my scale ticket and adjust the image to make sure it's capturing everything. Say yes, that looks good. It takes out the background. I think that's good enough. Now I also have a bill of lading here, and I know that this particular shipper likes to have the bill of lading included, so I'm going to click the add photo icon for any additional documentation beyond scale ticket. And I have my bill of lading here. Snap this photo. Looks like the Genius Scan has mostly captured my bill of lading correctly. I say yes, and you'll notice that the Generate Invoice button is now available and active at the bottom. If I go back, I can see that this little checkbox in the upper left of this load is available, so I can submit this to one of two ways. So since this is a non-integrated shipper, what will happen is you'll actually generate an invoice. So the app will generate an invoice with a cover sheet, and when I click the Generate Invoice button, it automatically assigns me an invoice number, which I can easily change to match my invoice numbers, and it populates the email address of the account that I'm logged in under for this app. So I can go ahead and click Generate Invoice, and that'll send me an invoice to my email, which I'll then forward on to the shipper for my payment request. So with a fully integrated shipper, the process and the requirements are exactly the same. So I'm going to go ahead and capture again the scale ticket that I have here. Okay, expand it out a little bit to make sure it captures it completely. Say yes. And now you'll see instead of generate invoice, it has submit for payment. So fully integrated shippers, when you click submit for payment, which I just did, it'll go directly into their command center so that they can process your load for payment. It does the same thing by generating an automated invoice, and it actually asks me, do I want to generate an invoice with a checkbox? If I click that, it'll ask me, is this your email address, and send me a copy. So I can do that, or I can just hit submit for payment like I just did, and now both of those invoice loads are now in my submitted pile. And that's how you capture invoices, capture images, and submit for payment requests to the shipper.